Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the KAJJN radio show, bringing you the latest on news, music, pop culture, and literature. Today we'll start the show with news on the end of Hoover with our reporter Justin.
America is in the grip of the Great Depression far worse than ever experienced before. Hoover happily assumed that if he left the problem of the American economy alone, it would solve itself. Hoover's programs include making the economy worse. Roosevelt promised the country a New Deal. Okay, America has decided who will be president. The president of the United States will be Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Today's show is sponsored by
Coca-Cola, the pause that refreshes. What better way than to start your day without Coca-Cola? Get a fresh start with Coca-Cola at America's favorite place to meet, the soda fountain. Coca-Cola has the taste thirst goes for, leaving you with an aftertaste of refreshment, the pause. Thirst come, thirst served.
FDR is an independent dispute resolution scheme for consumers and financial service providers to use when they are unable to resolve a dispute. FDR was established by the government to provide greater accountability and transparency in the financial sector. Under the regime, a wide range of financial service providers must be registered to legally provide financial services.
Wheaties, the breakfast of champions. Starting your day with a skimpy breakfast? Spark it up with Wheaties, where energy gets a new taste. What sparks a champ sparks you, and champions choose Wheaties. New York Yankees Joe DiMaggio leads his team powering up with Wheaties. If you want the tops, you better grab a box. There's that same power for you in Wheaties with milk and fruit. On the lot, it's a breakfast of champions.
Hello, I'm Joseph Villagracia, and on July 15, 1931, we will take it to Shibby Park, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for the long-awaited fight between Cuban Eligio Sardinas Montalvo, better known as Kid Chocolate, and the Ukrainian Benny Little Fish Bass. Kid Chocolate, the challenger, hopes to dethrone the champion Benny Bass for the World Junior Lightweight Championship. The fight is scheduled 15 rounds with Leo Hogue roughing the bout. Kid Chocolate has the height advantage, being 5 inches taller than Bass, with Bass having the weight advantage being 3 pounds heavier. With the bell sounding, it's time to watch this highly anticipated boxing match. First round of the bout, and you could already feel the intensity of the arena. Both fighters feeling each other out, with Bass being slightly more aggressive. But the Cuban is doing a good job keeping his distance and not slugging it out with the hard-hitting Bass. Kid Chocolate demonstrating good boxing with the first round ending. Continuing with the fight on round 6, both fighters seem fatigued, and this boxing match has turned to a war. Bass is being relentless and not giving the Cuban any breathing room. Excellent round for the Ukrainian. Now with the 7th round starting, Bass charges the Cuban with wild swings, but Kid Chocolate has been getting the better of this exchanges. The Ukrainian has been charging forward the whole fight. Oh, Bass has been hurt. The Cuban is catching him with hooks and straights. I think the ref is going to stop the fight. And yes, the ref steps in. Kid Chocolate has won the fight. We have a new champion, Cuban Kid Chocolate, one of the finest boxers seen in American during the past decade. Today is holding a World Junior Lightweight Championship. Chocolate climaxed a career of 133 bouts at Shibby Park today with a 7-round TKO victory over Benny Bass of Philadelphia to win the 130-pound championship of the world. Bass was no match for the Cuban star. Chocolate took no chances and had little trouble catching Bass. Wild swings on his gloves. Outclassed from a boxing standpoint, Bass attempted to slug it out with the Cuban at close range, but Chocolate surprised ring critics by actually outslugging the heavy-hitting Philadelphia. Chocolate failed to score an actual knockout, but he had the champion virtually out on his feet when the referee Leo Hogue stepped in and stopped the bout at 2:58 of the 7th round and appeared certain that he would drive Bass to the floor with another punch. Well, now that the last round ended and we have a new champion, it's time to check out the week's top requested song.
This week's top requested song is Judy Garland's Somewhere Over the Rainbow. The song became popular after the hit film The Wizard of Oz made its appearance on the big screen. Garland's gentle voice helps set the dreamy tone in this anthem of dreamers. The beautifully written lyrics are leaving people across the nation hopeful and optimistic. Now we have a poem that was sent in by a young listener in Texas. This poem is titled Days of Dust. The red sun wakes me, another day of dust. I long to look in the distance. The cabinets are filled with dust. Nothing is untouched by it. I can hardly remember a time without dust. The experiences that this young girl is going through are unbelievable. The dust has taken control of her life and she's well aware of it. I hope that future generations never forget the struggles of the people in the Dust Bowl. And that's it for today's show. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. And remember, although times are getting rough, we must stay positive. Have a good day, folks.
Well, I'm now prepared to tell the world